lamps and shining.
What is a projectile? A projectile is an object in which the only force acting on it is gravity. Gravity stays constant, with the force of Fg is equal to mg. However, gravity only acts in one direction, the negative y direction. Most projectiles, however, are launched such that they move in both the x and y direction. These are components. When solving problems involving projectiles, consider the components separately and separate from any other forces such as air resistance. Since the only force acting on the projectile is the force of gravity, the acceleration in the y direction is negative g and the acceleration in the x direction is 0 because there's no net force in that direction. Now let's look at the three big equations we're going to need. First, we're going to need V is equal to V0 plus AT. Then V squared is equal to VO squared plus 2A delta X. And then X is equal to XO plus VOT plus 1/2 of AT squared. Since our equation uses HF and HO, we will use VOY. Let's talk about momentum. What is momentum? Momentum is an object's mass times velocity. For our problem, we are going to relate momentum to impulse. So what is impulse? Impulse is the integral of t1 to t2 of f dt, where f is the force applied from t1 to t2. Now, according to Newton's second law, force is related to momentum in that F is equal to dP over dt. If we plug this into our impulse equation and do some quick calculations, we find that impulse is going to equal to the change in momentum. This is called the impulse momentum theorem. Now, to conclude, impulse is equal to force dt, which is equal to the change in momentum, which is equal to mass times the change in velocity, which is m delta v. For our problem, you're going to need the mass of the ball, which we give as 21.03 grams. You're also going to need the graph of force times time to get the impulse, which you can find using the methods we just taught. The end.